Multiple things happen, but only one gets through. What's up, guys? I know you haven't heard from me in a while, but I've been studying. Life is like the river of knowledge. Let's get a look at the river of knowledge real quick. Isn't it beautiful? Life is like the river of knowledge. Many things happen, but only one of them gets through. So let's actually break this down for the first time. When I say this, I'm talking about the simulacra of experience. That is to suggest that certain things can happen per se, but only one of them happens. And those who know what I'm talking about, you're probably fucking shitting yourselves right now because you finally get to hear someone say it out loud. Most people think that they're a bad person. Why is that when you consider that everyone wants to save the world? Well, it's because of the fact that saving the world in and of itself is such a heroic act that it causes one to stress themselves out to the point that they become a bad person. So when you consider such the sheer weight that one has to bear for such a thing, you see how I'm starting to collapse under my own pressure? It's because I think I can save the world by even making this video. That's why I haven't been posting videos. But in doing so, I hope to set an example. The sheer courage that I'm displaying right now. I mean, look at this beautiful river, guys. Gorgeous, just gorgeous. And so, in God's country, I find myself, 'tis of thee, along the leaves and the sunshine, shining free that which was not itself, and itself becoming the other, coming out the other side. So let's finally break this down. When I say coming out the other side, this is actually in reference to that which is the one thing that comes through in the face of all the illusions. So you can think of the illusion as being a higher abstraction of the unself, so to speak. I mean, just look at that river, guys. We're out here in God's country. I want to talk to you today about what it means to finally break this down. Breaking down is a process of surrender. And surrender is the good thing that becomes bad, but is good in its own becoming that which is not itself. I don't know what I mean by this, but I don't have to, because it's a sentiment. And we find ourselves in a world increasingly captured by objective metrics. And the problem with objective metrics is that when you find yourself captured, you need to become that one thing that comes through. The one truth, so to speak. But don't get too caught up in truths, because just look at this river, guys. It's beautiful out here today in God's country. So what do I mean by this? Let's actually break this down. There are exactly 4 types of people now, ever since the multiplication. And now that we have the added one extra type of person, everyone has to reorganize, because it's becoming an identity crisis. I mean, just look at this river, guys. It's beautiful out here in God's country. So what do I mean by this? Walking among the trees and looking at all the sights. It's actually very beautiful, and that's what I love about being out in nature. The one true thing comes through in the stream of all the illusions. And many things will come through, but only one of them will be true. Did you catch that? In my silence, I actually found the truth that was within my own unbecoming of the non-self. These may sound like riddles and illusions, and they are. They're designed to break you down. And I find that when I break you down, you finally start to understand. I mean, just look at this river, guys. It's absolutely beautiful out here today. Alright guys, thanks for tuning in. Don't worry, there's 6 more minutes left in this video. So we're going to start talking about what it really means to care about someone, to be the one thing that really comes through for them. Certain types of people find themselves connected to the ground, so to speak, in a metaphorical manner. I do not speak literally. The metaphor that I'm trying to draw here as an illustration of an extension of one's own unbecoming through reality is basically this. When you find yourself as an extension of your family, you are tied to the family structure. What do I mean by this? Let's finally break this down. Unfortunately, I cannot show you the river from this angle. Certain people just need to start becoming their own unbecoming of the self, of the greenery, of the leaves, in order to be that which